Big gains for the Dow. It is up 395 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Mostly cloudy, warm today, the high near 80. Mostly cloudy, remaining warm tonight, the low in the mid-60s with the southeast wind at 6 to 12 miles an hour. Rather cloudy, breezy, a little warmer for us Friday with highs in the low 80s. Breezy Saturday with occasional rain, otherwise low clouds, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Breezy and much cooler Sunday with clouds and sun, highs only in the low to mid-50s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
This 2026, start in style at South Texas Buick GMC. Drive a GMC Sierra for $125 a month or a Buick Encore GX for $179 a month. GMC, we are professional grade. Visit us at southtexasgmc.com or call 661-5000. Sherry Road exit between McAllen and Mission. Celebrating 20 years with you. South Texas Buick GMC. Not the biggest, just the best.
Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. From the Radio United Broadcast Center, this is the Sergio Show. Talking about the news headlines and topics that affect you. And now, the Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez.
Hour 2 of the program. Thank you for joining us. Thursday edition of the Sergio Show. News Talk 710 KURV. And we want to say thank you to our supporters this hour. Thank you to South Texas Buick GMC. Big thanks as well to Lone Star National Bank. Got a treat for you. Everyone knows who Tim Smith is. And you can join us on 710 KURV, Facebook Live, 710 KURV X Live, and YouTube Live as well. It is at that location where we do the broadcast that you can see the link on my page, my personal Facebook page, on the station Facebook page. We provide the link as well. In fact, let me go over to the station version. Turn off my computer, Freddie, so that way the audio doesn't play there accidentally. Let me go there because I need to share the link. We're hoping to do our little part to bless our friend Tim Smith and get him to be awarded, named the Weatherperson of the Year. By which organization, Tim? Which is that?
It's called the Federal Alliance for Safe Homes, FLASH.
Federal
Alliance for Safe Homes. Yeah, they're a great organization.
Flash.org. Flash? Yeah, like Dukes has her flash. Flash.org/National Weatherperson of the Year. So I noticed in digging up Jim Cantori, the guy that's always chasing hurricanes, going to the beach during a hurricane. Like he was like the first winner. What, 10 years ago? Whenever
he was the first one about 12, 13 years
Something
ago.
Like that, yeah.
Yes, and Ginger Z was there. He's done it.
How did you get nominated? Because there's like 5 people, right?
Yeah, right? There's 5 of us. Yeah. That's a great question. It's Flash is a great organization. I've worked with them for years on projects, and they do an amazing job of what they do. If you go to their website, kind of look at what they do because it's good stuff. But they nominate people every year. They get nominations, and they select the 5 finalists. And this year, I got a text from a friend saying, "I'm voting for you." For what? Yeah, for what? I'm not running for anything, And he said, "Well, check out this website." And I went, like, "Holy cow!" And so very cool.
Congratulations,
a huge honor, just to be nominated alongside the people that are nominated. And when you look at those previous winners, it really is.
We can say nice things about them after you win. In the meantime, we need folks to go to that web. We got the link at, like right now we're doing the 710 KURV X and YouTube. On the Facebook one, I provided the link, but again, it's flash.org and it's National Weatherperson of the Year. You click on that link and vote daily. I saw, right? You
can vote every day.
Every day.
You can vote on multiple devices.
Yeah, that's right.
just say it.
Different IP address. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Get on there. Your phone, your computer, your iPad.
Well, we have no way of knowing where the vote is, right? So we can catch up.
Right. We just have to wait until
just keep voting
February. Find out. Yeah.
Which means, guys, you got to get in there. Tell your friends and family to participate. Tell your kids to participate on their devices as well, because there are bigger markets that have been nominated, right?
Right. It's not just broadcasters. There's one other broadcaster from Orlando on there who's a good friend. He used to work in Houston, and we know each other through our tropical weather.
Yeah, you're
work.
not on speaking terms right now because you're competing.
We're not talking right now. No, not at all.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who helped rewrite the Fujita tornado scale. Who I know, Tim Marshall is in there, and there are a couple of other people in an organization. There's one organization, part of the National Weather Service.
Yeah.
This whole organization was nominated, and then a research scientist, and it's a national thing, and it's not just broadcasters, and so it's really pretty cool to be nominated alongside them. And I mean, one of the guys is from Orlando. The broadcaster's from Orlando. That's a pretty big market.
Yeah.
But he's very accomplished, and I appreciate him for all he's done too.
Well, keep voting if you have voted for Tim Smith, our weather guy of South Texas, the weather guy of record for South Texas from Channel 5, from KRGV. If you voted, vote again, people. Keep voting. You can vote daily. Right?
How often can you say that? Just vote every day.
Keep voting. Well, it's very similar to local politics.
Yeah.
But
I was going to let you say
Freddie,
that.
Come on, Freddie. Chihuahuas. That was a good one, Freddie. Tim Smith is in the running for Weatherperson of the Year from this organization, flash.org. We got we'll keep providing the links online for you, and it's also posted. Channel 5 has posted it as well.
Yes, they have.
You have it on your personal Tim Smith.
It should be there.
Facebook page. So please keep voting daily, and we hope that our very own Tim Smith wins National Weather Person of the Year. So, what do you get if you win? Do you know?
The admiration of your peers, I suppose.
That's it. I mean,
I have no idea. It's one of those things that again, I know Cantori, I know Ginger.
Yeah.
They're all friends.
Wouldn't it be cool though? You give the official national weather forecast daily.
Oh my gosh!
So now we defer to the guys at ABC, at CBS, Fox. Everybody go. No, now we go to Tim Smith for the national weather forecast.
There you go. Right.
Nice, right?
That'd be cool.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what I will find out. I guess
probably at their convention, right? This organization when they have their convention.
They used to recognize them at their convention in the fall, and that's when Cantori won it. He was recognized at their convention in the fall.
Yeah.
But now they're doing this in the spring to align with National Weather Person Day. So I'm not sure what they do. We'll find out. I guess somebody will find out. One of the five of us will find out.
From KRGV, Channel 5, is Tim Smith. He's running for National Weather Person of the Year. Go look for the link online at his Facebook page at Channel 5. They've got a link there, and we'll continue to provide the link as well. And the winner will be the voting ends or will be announced.
The voting ends January 30th, which is next week sometime?
A few days more, one more week.
There you go.
Vote daily, people. Go back and vote. Keep telling people vote.
And they'll announce on, I think it's February 4th, which is National Weather Person Day.
Okay.
So
just a couple of days after that stupid big fat rat Groundhog Day. The
they should make it the same day. That'd be more fun, right?
Freddie and I, every year, Freddie has to put up with me belly aching and complaining on, that's a Northeast news item that somehow, growing up, we also Groundhog Day, little kids growing up here in South. I don't get it. Here in South, it's like we need to do like a Taquacha Day here in South to talk.
Brownsville Bob or something,
Exactly.
Yeah.
We had one. The zoo brought a Taquache. Like 10, 15 years ago to the studio when we were at Jackson. And we said, well, it was Toby the Taquache. And it was for hurricane season.
Okay.
And we tried it once. You can make a big festival, carnival rides, fried food, the whole thing, just celebration, some, barbacoa, tacos. And it could be a fundraiser, like for the cancer center.
I love that.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
The Toby the Taquache. He died though the following year. So
that was short-lived.
We memorialized
literally short-lived. Yeah.
We replayed the interview on the radio, and he blew the forecast. By the way,
you see,
I don't remember what it was. We threw some celery or some cheese sticks or something. If he ate them all, we were going to have a bad hurricane hit the valley or something like that. And he blew the forecast.
I love that. Better than Punxsutawney Phil.
Tim Smith, our weather guy for the Rio Grande Valley. Tim Smith from Channel 5 in the studio. He's here because we're hoping to get you and your family and your friends to vote every single day for the next week so that he becomes the Weather Person of the Year. And we need to say congratulations to Tim because he's a Hoosier.
Hoosier.
And
Hoosier.
they have a football program now.
Yeah,
I
we're a football
understand.
school. Yeah.
So,
Clearly, we're a
so how's the
football
football program doing these days?
I'm glad you asked. It's a pretty good week.
Yeah.
Pretty good week.
We have renamed it Mark Cuban University, by the way, because he's the one that footed the bill, a big chunk of it to redo the program.
Of it. I emailed him this week and he answered. I was
Wow.
blown away.
Wow.
I met Mark.
Wait,
this is an
Dear
aside.
Mark, please vote for me
Exactly,
for Weatherperson of the Year.
Pretty much. It was. Mark and I graduated together in 1981 from Indiana University. We did. Yeah.
Did you know him back then?
Well, I'd met him.
Okay.
And that's why I emailed him. I emailed him just to say thanks for making IU football relevant. And then I said, by the way, we met. He owned a bar called Motley's Pub in Bloomington, where IU is. And I did a fundraiser for the National. Of course, I've done fundraising in college too for the National Broadcasting Society, and we wanted to do it at that bar. And we're going to raffle off an autographed basketball from the 1981 championship team with Isaiah Thomas, So we went into the bar and asked if we could do a fundraiser there. And the guy said, yes, by all means. And he set it up. We did it all. Well, it came to find out Mark Cuban owned the bar. It was his bar. A senior in college, and he owned a bar. So when I emailed him this week just to say thanks for making it, I said, by the way, we met in 1981, kind of a brief version of the story. And he responded, he goes, I actually remember that. Go IU. But that was it. Now,
he said he remembered you.
He remembered that meeting.
The meeting.
And which is possible because he was trying to make things go, and we wanted to do a fundraiser, and so he's still trying to figure life out, A bar owner, what do I do to make this work? You're going to bring 150 people into my bar? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And we were the first ones to try that with him. And so he
I can see
me, but he remembers that meeting. At least he said he did. When he said, I actually remember that.
Yeah.
When he says actually, okay, that's the word.
No, when you're trying to get a foothold in life and starting, and people come around you and help you with events like that. Yeah, he would remember.
It was pretty cool. So he remembered that.
That is awesome.
And he responded to the email, even more importantly.
That is terrific. Do you need a weather guy?
Exactly.
I can give you the weather forecast every day in the morning when you wake up. Just bring you some breakfast in bed as well.
Whatever you need, sir. Whatever you need. $1.2 million a year, I'll do it.
There we go. Tim Smith from KRGV. I should know this. I'm sorry.
All right.
What's the label? What's the moniker? What's the name that we're using for Channel 5 these days? News Channel?
The Valley's News Channel?
The Valley's News Channel. So it's like, because it used to be News Channel 5. It used to be...
Go back far enough, we were Eyewitness News.
Yes, it was.
Many years. Back when Rick Diaz was the news director.
That was a brand.
We were Eyewitness News, and then we became Channel 5 News, and then we became the Valley's News Channel. And there was a progression there.
Yeah.
But now it's just Channel 5 News, the Valley.
We're trying to appeal to a younger audience now. It's the Valley's News and Party Station, Channel 5.
I like
whatever it takes.
How do we keep them? Meet the viewers where they are.
Please vote for our very own Tim Smith, Weatherperson of the Year. We'll provide a link on our Facebook page, and Channel 5, they've got a link on their page as well. It's Weatherperson of the Year for this organization, flash.org. They've been doing this for over a decade, and we hope our own Tim Smith can win this, win the bragging rights. It's a big deal in the business. Now, at Indiana, when you went to study, was that the major that you went after, or did you, what did you...
Journalism. I was going to be a journalist, a serious reporter, and that was. Graduated in 81 with a degree in broadcast journalism. I was going to be a TV or radio news guy.
Yeah.
And I worked in radio for about a year after I graduated in my hometown radio station. And a friend of mine was working at Channel 5.
What was hometown for you?
Batesville, Indiana. It was WRBI, the Tri-County News Authority. Tri-County, and we did reach into Cincinnati on good days. So we were in Southeast Indiana. So, so people in Cincinnati actually could listen if they chose to. But I was working there, and a job opened here at KRGV. A friend of mine was working here. And Rick Diaz said, well, the only opening we have is you have to do weather on the weekends. You can be a reporter 3 days a week, but I can do that. Sure, I can do that. Yeah. Weather was a hobby, And so how old was I? I was 22 at the time. And just barely 22. And so Rick said, well, send me a tape of you doing weather. This is back when you had videotapes, big 3/4 inch video, big tapes.
Yeah.
And how was I going to do that? Nobody had cameras then. You didn't have it on your cell phone. You didn't have a VHS camera. Nobody had cameras yet.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine ran a studio at a hospital in Indianapolis. Yeah. In hospitals back then, they would play bingo on the TVs in the hospitals. And in the basement, they had a little TV studio. And I called my friend and said, yeah, come on up. So I drove to Indianapolis. I drew maps on poster board a map of the United States, a map of Indiana. He only had one easel, so he had to edit. United States, turn, move the easel, put the Indiana map, Indiana. And I sent that to Rick. And he had all these tapes of people really doing weather. Then he had this one of some guy with a big afro that talk fast and funny, you know. And he said, that's who I want. Hire that guy. And so I went back to school, became a meteorologist in the meantime, along the way, and been doing it ever
Now,
since.
did you sport that afro in the weather forecast when you moved to the Valley? Or
Yes.
did they, when did they tell you, okay, or did you just decide, I got to just put it back?
When I moved from weekends to weekdays, when Lee Lindsay, the late Lee Lindsay, retired, if you remember Lee, he was a weatherman before me. When he retired, or he went on to sell encyclopedias. Actually,
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he sold encyclopedias in.
I was going to tell you, do the rim shop, and that really happened.
Yeah. I mean, how old's the audience? If you remember El Centro Mall, and if you remember El Centro Mall, you remember Lee Lindsay sitting there. He would do it between newscasts. He'd do the 6 o'clock news, run over to El Centro, sell encyclopedias till 9, and then come back and do the 10 o'clock.
Wow.
And when he left TV to sell encyclopedias full time, they thought long and hard about it, but they finally offered me the position. And when I said yes, the first thing we did was I flew to Iowa to go see our consultants, Frank Magan in Iowa, and we're there. And I spent all morning with them, coaching. Okay, it's time for lunch. We jump in the car, we pull into this place, and they walk me in. And it's not a restaurant; it's a hair salon. and they told the guy at the hairstylist, said, "Fix him." And they left. The consultants left.
Yeah,
and they
it's
came
like
back,
dropping off a poodle.
Oh my! Yes.
the
And they
shop.
came back an hour and a half later, and I didn't recognize myself. I got off the airplane when I flew back into Harlingen, got off the airplane and walked right past my wife. She didn't recognize me.
Oh,
because my hair had gone from big hair to almost no hair.
Oh, man.
And so I had a lot of hair prior to that.
Man, you should have played that. I was like, "Hey, baby," you should change your voice and walk by her and say, "What should have done?"
Yeah.
So did they spritz you and spray you with like cologne afterwards, like
I'm
all
not sure
nights
what
after you
that,
left?
it was crazy. I was like, "What is going on?" There was no mirror. I couldn't watch what they were doing.
Okay.
So, but that was 1983.
1980.
Yeah, that was March of '83,
and
that Lee Lindsay left, so I took over and been doing it ever since.
Oh man, I wish I could keep talking with you for like forever and
You have
ever.
shows,
Look,
yeah.
I want to again, Freddie. You want to pay some bills or want to keep going? Which one? Take a break, come back. Okay, sorry. It's like we have. This is.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
Yeah. No breaking weather. It's sunny. The world will come to an end on Sunday again. Turn down a little bit. We'll be shutting down the valley again with temperatures in the 50s. But north of us, there's some serious weather. I guess we talked about that a little bit. We want to encourage you to please vote for our very own Tim Smith, Weather Person of the Year. The link is at KURV, or media sites, social media. Channel 5, KRGV, they got the link to Weather Person of the Year. Vote for Tim Smith daily. And tell your friends and family, vote daily. Tell your West your kids, keep voting daily all the way till the end of next week, I believe, is what we're taking the voting. The Sergio Show on 710 KURV, made possible this hour by Lone Star National Bank and South Texas Buick GMC.
Coming up after the Sergio Show, stay tuned for the Dana Les Show starting at 11, followed by the Brian Kilmeade Show at 2 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Potterme app.
We're out of bottled water again.
That's nuts. I just bought a case of water last time I went shopping.
I'm not drinking tap water.
We need a better solution.
Call Culligan.
Hey, Culligan man.
Stop buying little bottles of water at the store. Our Culligan drinking water system makes an almost unlimited supply of fresher, cleaner water that tastes pure. It's bottled water without the bottles. For better water, go to CulliganRGV.com or call 956-399-1780.
Hey RGV, do you love radio, events, and meeting people? Radio United is looking for brand activation ambassadors for our stations. This is a part-time position, perfect for those who want to have fun while working. If you're bilingual, 21 or older, and have a valid driver's license and legal authorization to work in the U.S., we want you on our team. We offer great benefits and opportunities for growth. Send your resume to human resources at radiounited.com. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
Illegal aliens engaged in welfare fraud. Politicians lining their own pockets. Too many crooks stealing from the taxpayers. Republican Don Huffines says enough. As Texas Comptroller, Don Huffines will doge waste, fraud, and abuse and put the crooks who steal our tax dollars in jail. where they belong. Don Huffines is a conservative businessman, and he'll bring a private sector mindset to state government. He will aggressively audit every government program, and Don Huffines will eliminate all taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal aliens and abolish every DEI program in every government agency in Texas. Because Don Huffines is determined to stop politicians from wasting our money. Vote MAGA Trump Republican Don Huffines for comptroller.
Political ad paid for by the Don Huffines campaign.
Thank you, Brownsville, and thank you, Rio Grande Valley, for listening today to News Talk 710 KURV, the Valley's official home for Fox News Radio.
Time is 10:25. The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV, your one and only radio station in South Texas for the AFC and NFC championship games. Coverage starts at 1 p.m. Sunday. Big thank you to CISA and all the crew over at McAllen Bolt. They provide us all the NFL coverage on the 710 KURV. Join us live on X, live on Facebook, YouTube. Do the rewind on this. Our weather person of the year in our hearts, in our minds, every single year is Tim Smith from Channel 5, KRGV Channel 5. So he's in the running for weather person of the year nationally. There are 4 other people that are running, and we're asking you to please vote. Vote, vote, vote. Every day you can vote. You voted already for Tim Smith. Orale, get back in there, vote today, and get your kids, get everybody else on their devices to vote. We don't have a running total, so we just need to pour.
We won't know till we know. Yeah,
many votes in there. It's bragging rights for Tim, for Channel 5, for the Valley.
It's for the Valley. It really is. It's for the Valley, and the fact that I see so many people are posting and sharing and sharing and posting, and the Valley's such a cool place, and this is just part of it, and it's pride in who we are in the Valley, and I appreciate that. This is going to be a Valley Award. I mean, it might have my name on it, but it's going to say K Rio Grande Valley, KRGV.
Yes,
and that's what it's all about.
He's a graduate of Indiana U, and he graduated as a journalism major, as a reporter. Wound up in the Valley. Was telling us wound up in the Valley because they had an opening on weekends doing weather. And it was Rick Diaz who hired you way back. How's he doing?
He's doing great.
Yeah.
I talk to him regularly, see him all the time, and he's doing terrific. He's just enjoying retirement, and he's just doing terrific.
Yeah.
He's the reason so many of us are in this business and have succeeded in this business because of him. So
God bless him.
Great guy.
Yeah. Last I saw him was at a lunch function. We had a local friend who brought everybody together to talk about other things and media. So At what point did you go back? Okay, let me go back and get this weather license accreditation study, because you were doing weather first. You're a reporter,
right?
So eventually you wound up in a field that reports more facts and truths daily than the actual reporter side. You got things right as often as the weather forecast is blown by the Weather Service. You're getting things right more often.
We try.
Pretty much at the beginning, when you got the gig, you already started. Okay, I go back and study, do the weather.
Right.
Stuff.
I immediately took classes from Penn State University. Back then it was called correspondence school, and they would send you books and send you stuff, and you'd study and send it back. And so I did classes through Penn State. Also went to a school in Oklahoma City, which was a pretty intense broadcast meteorology school. And then finally ended up at Mississippi State. Now it's just distance learning, or whatever they call it now. Everything was done online. Actually, when I started it was mailing VHS tapes back and forth.
Wow.
And by the time I finished, I took the final exam online.
Man, imagine the shipping cost on that one, Freddie.
No
all those tapes going back and forth.
Big boxes of VHS tapes.
Penn State, Pennsylvania, home of AccuWeather.
Yes.
Which you're an AccuWeather affiliate, so it's KURV.
We used to be.
Oh, you used to be with AccuWeather. Okay.
We were for 45 years.
Okay. We're still hanging. So because I used to say that very often during hurricane season.
Yeah.
And
that was Joe Bastardi and Dan Kozlowski and Jack Boston, names that you know well.
Yeah.
We dropped that affiliation about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
When we had that, it was because we weren't meteorologists. I was not a meteorologist, so we had AccuWeather. Lee Lindsay was not a meteorologist. None of our staff was.
Yeah.
But now we're all meteorologists.
You got a bunch of West Coast, bunch of kids that are meteorologists out there.
Yeah, well, Andrew's in his 40s, Andrew Chung, and
he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
Dude, what is he eating? He looks like he's like 20 years old.
Yeah. He's and an amazing meteorologist, and Sergio and Cecilia and Brianna and Enrique. We got this great group. They just do a terrific job.
Excellent.
So now the need to have an outside forecasting company is not there anymore. They're a nice tool, but
when you wound up in Oklahoma for the training, did they wind up sending you to chase tornadoes up in Oklahoma?
I wanted to. We weren't there long enough. It was a 2-week intensive class, and you're there 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for 2 weeks, and came back, without any tornadoes.
Please vote for the RGV's Tim Smith, our weather guy for the Valley. He's running for Weatherperson of the Year. Go to their website, krgv.com. Go to the Channel 5 website. Go look for the link. Vote today. Vote tomorrow. Vote for the next week. Every single day, vote for Tim Smith to win Weatherperson of the Year. Tell your family and friends to do the same. Share the link online on Channel 5, their Facebook page, Twitter page, if they got the link on there as well. So, as everybody knows you, Tim, when you go to Itchy Butt, do they constantly stop you like, oh, let me go in and get some milk? And it never turns out to be that way. You go because they put the milk on the other side of the store. There you go. You're ping pong, all the way. They stop you. Oh, Tim, I love you. Let me take a picture. They never let you go. Or do you go in there with disguise? Sunglasses,
I've learned that disguises don't work. Once I talk, as soon as I talk, it's over. It's funny because just like your voice, people recognize
you can change your voice a little bit. Yeah.
So do some helium and then go in. Right? Just have that balloon.
Goes to the floral section, gets a balloon. I'd like to pack cigarettes as well.
So yeah, but I love it. It's better than it not happening. And it just means I'm doing my job, and I appreciate that. And I love the viewers. We wouldn't be here without them.
This is one of the sick questions from producer Fred Cruz, knowing his mindset. Do you have any stalkers?
No. Well, I shouldn't say no, but no. That's an issue for the young females a lot. But us old guys, it's not usually a problem.
You never let somebody just. I gotta have him.
We have people that are, and I'm sure you have them too. That every time there's some little thing, they're on you about it.
Yeah.
But we should be right. You say right, and grammatically we need to be right. There was a guy years ago that every time I would say, it's further down the road, he'd email, it's farther. Farther's on a map, further's
language
in your mind.
Nazi.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And we went back and forth for years. And now I know. Now it took years, but now I learned slowly, but I learned.
Yeah.
But language Nazis, yes. But I love it. That's how we get better, I guess.
God forbid. I was things like something like Kathy Bates. You pass out, you wake up, you're tied up to a bed somewhere. Say, you're my weather guy. What's the weather like today, Tim? What's the weather like today? Say, she has a sledgehammer. You better get it right, Tim, or else I'm gonna have to punish you.
I need some wood to knock on, but that hasn't happened yet.
It's plywood. It counts, so you can count on that. Let's see. Hobbies. What are your hobbies? What do you do like?
All kinds of stuff. I mean, I like to golf. We're Spurs fans. We go to a lot of Spurs games. We're in San Antonio a lot. I'm supposed to be there this weekend. I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Do you like a season tickets?
And we've got tickets this weekend. It's a weekend package, and we get tickets on Sunday. I'm not sure we're going to go because weather's not going to be ideal. I don't want to get stuck up there. But and I do a weather conference every year. It's a hobby. We don't make any money off of it, certainly, but it's the National Tropical Weather Conference. It's a national conference on South Padre Island, and we've been doing that for years. So that's one of the that's a passion because it's all about getting broadcasters ready for the hurricane season and getting broadcasters prepared. And so I think that's important. So we do it.
Hurricane season was a dud last go around. Isn't that crazy?
Well, for us, it certainly was. For most of the country, it was. And that happens. All the action stayed out in the Atlantic, which is fine.
And I bring that up because, I'm sure you get calls from the same people in ags. And man, something's got to, what's the long term for? Even with Bastardi, texting him, I got local farm guys that texting me and Bastardi on the group. And they're like desperate. It's too darn dry right now.
But we need something in the Pacific. There's going to be some good rain in the watershed this weekend with this storm that's going to bring snow to Texas. It's going to bring some rain into parts of the water. It's not going to be a game changer, but it'll bring some rain to the watershed. So maybe we'll see in the lakes in Mexico will go up a little bit, which, there's a whole other can of worms we won't open right now. But hopefully it'll be a little bit. But the hurricane season didn't provide much on either side.
I tell you who's going to open up a whole can of what? Whoop. It's Donald Trump on the whole Mexican Watergate thing.
Doesn't change soon.
Stay tuned for that. You make it back home to Indiana?
I go back every year in May for the Indy 500.
Okay.
I've been going for 50 years. I started going in 1975 was my first one when I was 16 years old. And I've been going ever since. I've missed a couple. My son had the audacity to graduate from high school on race day. But there was great video of the graduation. I got to watch the video of the graduation. I'm kidding. So, no, I stayed to the graduation.
Yeah.
But I've missed 4 or 5 over the last 50 years.
Wow, so you really love all the Formula One Indy car stuff.
Indy in particular, Indy car racing in particular.
Is that did I say that right? Is that Formula One?
Formula One's a different league, if you will.
But it's the same vehicle. They look the same.
They look similar.
Okay.
The Formula One vehicles cost a lot more. A lot more down. I don't want to get into that, but it's a different league basically. Formula One races around the world. Wow. IndyCar's mostly U.S. And Indy 500's the granddaddy of the race.
You learn something new. That's the one thing I learned today.
There you go.
Mark Fanich out there somewhere. Shut up, Serge. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop talking about Formula One.
Mark and I went to the
he loves that
IndyCar race in Austin. We actually used his seats for one of those races.
Wow.
In Austin. Yeah, when the IndyCars raced there.
Tim Smith from Channel 5, he's running to be Weatherperson of the Year, and we hope that you vote for him today and tomorrow and for the next week, because I think voting closes out in about a week. So go look for the link on Channel 5, their website, Channel 5, their social media. Share the link. Please, please, please share the link. I hope that Tim wins the bragging rights for the Rio Grande Valley. And I was going to ask you about you knowing Davis Rankin, the misfortune.
How far back do you want to go?
The misfortune of that. We'll say that for our next conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll end
that's a tease. It's called a deep tease.
Yeah. We'll end on a positive note. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Thank you.
We hope that you win.
Thank you.
And
thank you very much.
I'm hoping for another quiet tropical season, but I know who to call in the event that things get really crazy and we need to bring all sorts of people to keep on talking on the radio.
There you go.
Stuff like that.
You got us.
Yeah.
Anytime we can
Bless
help.
you, brother.
Thank you.
Tim Smith from Channel 5. Vote for him today, people. We provided the link on our Facebook page, and we'll put it everywhere, X and everything else. Go look for Channel 5 as well. And go look for their link that they provide for Tim Smith to win Weatherperson of the Year from Flash.org. Flash.org/National Weatherperson of the Year. This is the Sergio Show on Newstalk 710 KURV. Made possible this hour by Lone Star National Bank and South Texas Buick GMC.
Hi there, my name's Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres.